Market open coming up. Just about 60 seconds to go, and then we will get going this morning. I don't think there's very much, at least large or directional on the Nifty, on the indices. And it's kind of flattish, slightly higher. Let's see if you're able to pick up on that. But this week the market's not done very much. As we sort of start to report on these Friday markets, remember the week ended last Friday was spectacular. So that's the backdrop that we've got to see what happened this week in. So 24,600 on the Nifty, 24,630 on the Nifty. It's about 0.1% higher. The Nifty Bank is up about 0.9. Nothing. It's basically just about holding on with this very, very, very small green change. 1,140 stocks are higher. It was very early to look at it, but for what it's worth. Mid-cap index is up 0.1. Small cap index also will come up on your screen, and it'll give you a sense. Again, nothing. 2-point change. It's almost as good as unchanged this morning. Heat map on the Nifty, and then we'll get down to stocks. So it's largely in the green, so about some 7-8 names in the red, but bulk of it starting in the green this morning. Surabhi.
I would say, Hunasa, very well spotted by Mangalam, because indeed, look at the stock, 9% higher. It seems that it's been an absolutely bombed out stock. So perhaps the market saying that, is this, a sign of things turning? That's definitely catching the eye, probably the stock of the morning. But let's talk about the Nifty now. Nifty is very, very quiet. The newsmakers here on earnings. ITC is also up, like Abneesh was telling us. Even here, the market's taking a view that the worst of this palm oil inflation is probably behind, so the FMCG business should pick up. And cigarettes is holding steady, so 1% up on ITC. Sun Pharma is a disappointment. US business lower. Specialty business revenues lower than expected. Cautious commentary talking about even the revenue guidance for FY26 is lower than what they typically put out for previous years. Sun Pharma is a result casualty. Reddy's is actually lower. Cipla is too. So all of pharma is starting lower. Other than that, Mahindra and Mahindra, ONGC, ICICI Bank, these are the other stocks on the lower side. Maruti Suzuki also on the lower end of the screen. So let's see what's working. Grasim is responding well after the fourth quarter print, 2% higher over there. ITC I've mentioned. Trent and BEL, both of these stocks, by the way, make an entry into the Sensex, remember. They're up and about today, 1.5% to about 1% up on these names. Eternal, Adani Ports, Infosys, those are the kind of names. The Bank Nifty is absolutely undecided. SBI is on the higher side. ICICI is negative. And HDFC Bank is also completely flat, not getting any directional cues. Reliance, your big names like Reliance, about 0.25% up. TCS, it's absolutely, indecision is pretty much the story today. Nigel, but Sun Pharma, from the large cap space, Sun Pharma is still down 4%.
Well, that's right. And the reason that Grasim is up is because the street seems to be saying, okay, the VSF business, which is the fiber business and the chemicals business, is not doing too well. But at least the losses in the new business, which is the paints, as well as the B2B e-commerce business, out there the losses have come down from around 350 crores to around 315 crores. So they seem to be liking that. But otherwise, plenty of stocks actually from the broader markets that are moving around. Power Mech, good set of numbers. Stock is flying away. Just pull up the intraday chart out there. The stock is doing very, very well. HPL Electric, another stock that's bursting away actually. The sales have come in higher by close to around 15%, and there's strong margin expansion. So big move is what we're seeing out there. Centum Electronics, that's another one. I think that's up close to around, 12-13% or thereabouts. So big move out there. A few stocks actually are building on to gains that we saw yesterday as well. So you have Emcure Pharma, stock is now up close to 10%. You have Cosmo First, that one as well is up and about in today's trading session. And remember, these stocks, they did well even towards the end of yesterday's trading session. So solid move is what we're seeing on a couple of these names. Pull out Reliance Infra as well. I think they had organized, they had announced a tie-up with one of the leading companies globally. And that one, in fact, was moving yesterday as well with high volumes. For the time being, more or less flattish as we speak. So flattish start with a mild negative bias in the broader markets, guys.
Absolutely. 1,300 stocks are lower and about 800 stocks are higher at this point in time. Vari Energy is down 6%. It's the number one volume-led sort of loser on the NSE right now. So 28-24 on Vari. Look at the volumes. Over 500,000 shares already traded. BSE has undergone a corporate event, I think, right? So 23.53 on BSE. That's Bombay Stock Exchange. There you go. So that is Bombay Stock Exchange. Sun Pharma is down 4.5%. I'm not sure if there is any news flow here.
Sun Pharma is on earnings.
Earnings,
and
okay.
Earnings being very patchy, especially the US business, the global specialty business, all of it has been below expectations.
So 5% lower here on Sun Pharma. Premier Explosives, 10%. I think we highlighted that, but it basically has had a one-way kind of a move. And from 350, in about 10 days, it went up to about, almost $600. So 550 on that one. Coming off a little bit. Container Corporation, you'll hear from the management, is down about 2.5%, 2.6%. GMR Airport, again, numbers 2.5% lower. This Premier Energy, 3% as a solar company, 3% down, 1,052. Deepak Fertilizer, you just heard from the management, is down about 2%, 1,335, and so on and so forth. So, but there's more, but volumes are kind of lacking beyond that. On the upside, I mean, I think like yesterday, the number one volume-led gainer is Garden Reach Shipbuilders. Garden Reach is up another 3.5% after yesterday's near 12% move that we saw. So 28.65 on Garden Reach is what you've got going. It's an all-time high on that one. Power Mesh, I don't know if you highlighted.
Yes.
11% on that one. Honasa, I think we did highlight 12%. Trent is another one. JBM Auto is up about 6%. HPL Electric is up 14%. It's got large volume, so 553. And Cosmo First is another one. Cosmo First was up 20%, limit up by close yesterday. It's a bombed out name, but this morning after yesterday's 20, it's up another 12%. That also reported numbers recently, 2-3 days back. So, that's again coming up very, very sharply. So that's, some of what is moving as far as the market open is concerned.